What is happening, beautiful people? It's your boy DJ Reminisce, and welcome all to the DJ Reminisce Show, where I talk about things that are important to me. Hopefully you guys will like the same things too. Let's get right into it. First topic of discussion is this whole hoo-ha about interfaith marriages and what has happened at the Leamington Spa Gurdwara recently, where there was a wedding between a Christian fellow and a Punjabi kudi, and it was broken up due to some protests. So basically, in a nutshell here, the Leamington Spa Gurdwara defied the Akal Takht by allowing this outer faith marriage inside the Gurdwara, which is apparently a big no-no. The wedding was to be between a Christian man and a girl born to Sikh parents. Sikh youth arrived at the Gurdwara Sahib on Saturday to stop the sacrilege from happening by peacefully protesting. An eyewitness told DSU that the members of the committee tried to provoke the youth into being violent. And that's kind of stupid, but whatever. Police arrived on the scene with their shoes on, further contributing to the sacrilege. However, after discussions and debates, the interfaith wedding was prevented from taking place. Sikh youth in the UK published a statement a few months ago calling for protests against all interfaith weddings inside the Gurdwara. Now, fam, this is a tough one to talk about because marriage is between two people that love each other. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which you look at it, the Akal Takht has come down and said that you cannot have, outer faith marriages, meaning, if you're a Sikh and your, person to be wed is, Fijian, Hindu, Muslim, Gora, whatever it is, you can't have the actual ceremony inside the Gurdwara. Now, it's not about right or wrong. These are rules set by the Akal Takht. We can argue about them all we want, but it is what it is. Now, I'm living in Vancouver in Canada, and I don't think I've seen this rule applied yet here at weddings. Mind you, I haven't been to too many weddings this year, but I'm going to try to confirm that if I can. Now, when you look at the side of, the couple that are getting married, I can totally understand the frustration and why they'd be so pissed about this. I mean, they spend a lot of time and money to prepare for this, day. It's a special day for them. And you would figure that they'd just be able to go to the Gurdwara and get married. But that's clearly not the case. You understand what I'm saying? Now, on the flip side, I understand where the Akal Takht is coming from because in the Barney, it says a court marriage is always an option. And an Anand Karj is only between two people who've committed themselves to Sikhi and teachings of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So, again, it's a tough battle. This is a tough topic to talk about because, A, I don't want to get beat up by anyone. That's the first thing. And B, this is a rule that's been sent down. This procedure's been sent down by the Akal Takht. And unfortunately, the Gurdwaras, they must abide to this. So, the other option is, unfortunately, you can always get court married or have a wedding somewhere else. But you cannot have the Barney present. So if you decide to, have a wedding in, say, a field or another venue or at your house, you cannot bring the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji there either if you're both not Sikh who are getting married. Unfortunately, fam, I don't know if there's a fix to this problem or not. But if you are Sikh and you're going to marry someone who's non-Sikh, I guess it would probably make sense at this moment in time to get court married. We could always abide by whoever you're marrying, their rules of, wedding engagement, whatever that may be. So in other news, fam, YouTube's been on a rampage, and you may or may not have noticed, but if you're on YouTube like myself, some of my videos were automatically demonetized. So what does that mean? When I post a video, you have the option of trying to make money off of it, which is monetization. And what that does is allows companies to put ads on your video, which you watch. And if you watch these ads, you know what? We get paid. Anyways, YouTube's got this new policy where they've been going around and demonetizing videos that they deem is not fit for ads to be able to play. And they've got a strict policy around these in terms of, regulations and rules, but some of them are really vague and some of them are really weird. And a lot of YouTubers have been kind of fighting out against it because now this is kind of borderline censorship. Now, when you go through the advertiser-friendly content guidelines for YouTube videos, there's one bit that's very kind of, let's just say, weird. It says controversial or sensitive subjects and events, including subjects related to war, political conflicts, natural disasters, and tragedies, even if graphic imagery is not shown, may not be appropriate for advertising. So fam, basically in nutshells like this, if you want to talk about ISIS or war or something controversial like, say, pregnancy or abortion, YouTube has the right to not allow advertising on that video. So this is where YouTubers are starting to freak out and talk about, this is borderline censorship because, you got channels like Philip DeFranco, you've got the Young Turks where they talk about controversial stuff all day, every day. So how does this affect their channels? Now, I don't know the exact numbers, but, Philip DeFranco was affected by this. Young Turks were as well. But the cool thing is, though, if you have a video that's been demonetized, they now let you know, and there's an approval process where you can basically click on it and they'll go back for review. And if they decide, that this is appropriate for advertising, you're allowed to turn it back on. So this little issue's been causing a bit of a ruckus on the YouTube community, like I said. But at the same time, I understand where YouTube's coming from. It is a business at the end of the day. They have every right to do what they want to do with their content that's, on their servers per se, right? But then on the other side, like I said, it sucks for content creators because what can you, create content on, like, for example, trending topics, if there's a war, God forbid that doesn't happen, how does it affect your channel? A lot of these big YouTubers, this is a business for them. They generate revenue from this. So this will probably affect them greatly. And YouTube did say that they've been doing this since day one, which means that they probably demonetize your videos before, but you just didn't know about it. So my recommendation is to go back and check to see all your videos, see which ones have been demonetized, and maybe you can go through the approval process. Finally, fam, are you one of those folks looking for a job, especially if you're in the US? Well, you know what? Forbes.com just released an article about the best and the worst cities in the US to find a job. Those looking to snag a job this fall will want to set their sights on some of the most promising job markets of the West and South, according to a report released this week by recruiting consulting firm Manpower Group. All 13 industry sectors had positive hiring outlooks for the end of 2015, with leisure and hospitality and wholesale and retail trade and transportation and utilities employers anticipating the biggest staffing growth in Q4 of any sectors. So here we go with the cities. At the top of the list for the best cities for jobs this fall, among the 100 largest metro areas in the U.S. is Honolulu, Hawaii, which is pretty cool because the weather will be fantastic. In second place is Provo, Utah. And tied for third place is Miami, Florida, and Raleigh, North Carolina. Now, I've been to Raleigh, North Carolina. It's not a bad place. I do plan to go to Florida because my sister lives there. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, the far less promising job seekers, I would stay away from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Seattle, Washington. Wow, I'm kind of surprised about that. Buffalo, New York, Kansas City, Missouri, or Worcester, Massachusetts. So there you guys go. If you're looking for a job in the U.S., there are some of the best cities to go look for and also some of the worst cities to look for. So you guys have it, fam. If you're looking for a job and you're in the U.S., those are the cities you want to go to, and they're the other cities that you want to avoid. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, fam, hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. Please let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Please like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel. That way stay up to date with the latest, greatest information. And like I always say, never forget your roots. Stay close to your culture. I'm DJ Reminisce. Peace out.